Welcome to day 18, lesson 18. This program is starting from scratch, and within the next year we will acquire 1,000 warriors whose lives have been changed, who learn the information, who are growing, who want to teach the information. And those 1,000 will each teach 1,000 or 2,000 people, and after a couple of years we'll have 2 million people who've gone through all 7 modules who have a better life. And from that we'll have 1,000 more teachers, or 10,000 more. One thing that I always would like to teach you: never put a ceiling on your limits. When I went to work for Larry Hahn in 1979, the average person sold about 22 sets a week out of their car or out of their van: pots and pans, knives, bar sets, baskets. We sold them door to door, businesses, or practically anybody. And the very first day, the national trainer told me, well, you're going to make on average about a $7 profit on each thing you sell. While I was working in the warehouse, the guy told me, Chatfield Paper, hey, I can pay you $15 an hour. We're the only non-union shop in Chatfield in Me Corporation. But what doesn't go in your pocket goes into mine. If you don't like it, there's the door. That's the last day I worked for anybody. It's the last day that I had to suffer my dignity. I came in at 6, left at 6 at night. I got paid for 40 hours. I worked 6 days a week. I worked 72 hours. I got paid for 40. I left and have never looked back. Once a year I drive over to where that building used to be. I hop out. It's changed hands many times in the last 42 years. And I sit there and I say, Jerry, thank you for being mean to me. Thank you for hurting me. Because you're the one that made me want to do it. You're the one that made me strive to do it. You're the one that took my dignity and made me do it. Don't let anybody take your dignity. Don't let anybody steal your dreams. Today we're going to start around the home stretch of how I take this stuff. I'm excited, but you're not there every morning to keep me motivated. You're not there to call me and say, get out of bed. Let's go run. Let's go run. How do I do this? Habits. 45% of everything any human does is by habit. So how do we acquire the habit of reading, comprehension, reading, learning more, so it can change our lives? Well, let's take a couple of minutes and look at the 5 levels of building a positive habit. Identify yourself. Who are you? Ask yourself the 5 to 9 questions. Who, what, when, where, and how. Do you see yourself growing? Who? Me growing? Where? When? Why? How? Have you got limited beliefs, or have you proved to yourself that you can learn? And this is 1 hour a day, less than 3 weeks later. Are you learning? If you're learning, you can be earning more. Readers are leaders. Readers make the most money. You don't have to be the most educated person or the smartest tool in the shed. I was wiped out on the left side of my brain at age 21. You can do this. 3, your environment. When you are learning, you have to have quiet surroundings. Hard to focus on this if the kids are crying, or if the dog's barking, or the guys are over watching a football game. This is your life. Find your quiet spot to change your life. It's not about your wife. It's not about your husband. It's not about your significant other. It's about you. For once in your life, being greedy for your own good. You've been giving too much of your life to everybody else your whole life, and what happened? They took advantage of you, or they hurt your feelings. or he or she lied to you, it's time to change and get boundaries on your life. The training program gives you a step-by-step way to achieve and gain the skills you need. In 3 days, you're going to finish the program. The people who learn the most from this will be the ones who immediately start taking it a second time. Why? You know, when you see the same information more than once, you retain more of it. When you see it the third time, you retain more of it. Then it's pretty soon, a lot of you are going to say, hey, I want full comprehension. I want a great memory. And you go to the motivation and memory module 2. And for those that want to really expand their life, take all 7 modules. It's 1 year. In 6 months, you can be a teacher, if that's what you want. The next thing is analyze your behaviors. This is hard to do. Me? Say something about me? Don't take it personal. Be honest with yourself. If you're lazy, say, hey, I'm lazy. If you're an alcoholic, write down, I'm an alcoholic. If you're on drugs, I'm a drug addict. It doesn't matter where you are, that's your past. It matters how do you fix your brain, how do you fix yourself so you can go forward. But you got to be honest. Don't let anybody else see your diary. This is your conscience. Your diary is your conscience. Also in that diary is your pleasure goals. We're going to be working tomorrow, and me and some of the people are going to go to the movies. And we've been to the movies, what will this be, our 5th time in the last month? 5th time. I schedule activities of pleasure. It's my birthday weekend. My girlfriend said, we're going to the state fair, and don't plan anything for Saturday and Sunday. Okay. If I had to film, I'll film some later Monday or Monday morning or whatever. But I schedule my life to not be addicted to work anymore. My only addiction in life now is I'm addicted to my 2 kitty cats and my 2 dogs. I love those things to death. And I'm addicted to making sure I take care of them, as well as addicted to Rhonda. All right, so now we're going to put a new thing down. It's called behavior equals MAT. You have to write down under B, behaviors or actual habits. What do you want to do? What do you want to change? Okay, that's fair. It's being honest. M is for motivation. What will motivate you to do a new behavior? And try asking yourself a simple question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how motivated are you to learn to read faster, change your life, comprehend more? Maybe you're a 3. Nothing wrong with being a 3. Maybe you read super slow. Any amount of reading is good. You know how many people in the world can't read at all? If you can read it all, you can learn to do more. Now, what would take you to go from a 3 to make you a 4? And if you can learn to be a 4 by a little bit of motivation, hey, if I could do a little better, I'd get into it a little bit more. Okay, take the lessons again, take them over. Pretty soon you're reading 240 words a minute instead of 120. Hey, I'm finally getting this a little bit. The mind catches up. Hey, this stuff about the freedom dance and acting a little silly is bringing me out of my shyness. Oh, somebody's caught on to why we do a lot of this stuff. It's to change you from being shy to you standing up and saying, I think I can. I know I can, buddy, and I will. I will change my life. I think I can. I know I can, and I will learn. I think I can be married. I know I can be married, and I will give her my heart, and I will be happy. I think we can never fight. I think we can learn to understand each other, and I think we'll have a beautiful relationship like Romeo and Juliet. How do we get there? Learning. Okay. The motivation to change from wherever you're at to a little bit higher. The ultimate reward in all this It's what it is for you. My ultimate reward is taking better care of myself and my family. A equals ability. You need the program. You need the training. It's right before you. The next 6 modules. This whole course is going to end up about 10 modules long. It's going to take a couple of years to develop the other 3 or 4 we're working on. It's going to be a $7,000, $8,000 course. I'm telling you right now, the most you ever have to pay to take the next course, $44, not $630. I'm giving you a break because I believe that I can teach you to become my teachers. The price will go up and up and up. As we get this into school systems, in the university, we're going to change stuff. You can be a part of that. But you have my promise right now, today, your price is going to remain the same. Whatever discount price you got, that's what you're going to pay. If you come a year from now and the price ends $89, that's the price you're going to pay. 2 years from now, if it's gone up to $240 and you buy in at $240 a program, that's the price you're going to pay. You have an advantage, an economic advantage over most people. Very, very low cost for what you're getting. Unbelievably low. All right, so we know where the course is. What triggers behavior? We all have triggers. What's a trigger? It's an ingrainment in the mind. Let me give you an analogy. I love my grandmother. She taught me so much. Taught me to be on time, taught me to be a good hard worker. And I used to enjoy working on the farm way up in the eastern Kentucky mountains with my cousin Henry. And she would cook occasionally cherry cobbler. I remember I was a tiny little thing, and she told me the story so much. Maybe 3 or 4 years old, we cooked on a wood-burning stove. We didn't have electric or gas heat. We had to cut wood up and burn for heat and burn for cooking on the stove. She cooked a cherry cobbler. I'm a little bitty fella. She said, "Now, Ronnie, it's got to cool." She went to the living room, and a few minutes later I came in the living room, my hand behind my back. She said, "What'd you do?" And I showed her my hand was burnt. And then I started crying. She picked me up, set me in her lap. She said, "That's okay. We know you won't ever do that again." She went and got some cherry cobbler. She blew on it. She said, "Here, honey, I love you. We're all going to make mistakes. You don't have to be perfect. I love you just like you are." She fed me some cherry cobbler. You know, she's been an angel since 1993. And I cannot smell cherry cobbler that I do not hear her saying, "I love you." That triggers that memory. Cherry cobbler, that smell, triggers that memory. The second module, there's so much in that that's going to trigger your ability to accomplish things. It is more advanced than this, but less hard to understand. That now you can read faster. And now you're starting the process of motivation of changing your life. Instead of waking up with the ho hum, what am I going to do, and existing, you're starting to wake up with, I'm going to spend a year learning. I'm going to earn a lot of money. I want to become a millionaire and get it done by the time I'm 30 so I can enjoy my world. Why not? You're only here a limited amount of time. So, the triggers. When you're learning anything, if you love chocolate, one trigger that you can use is I'm going to take some Hershey's chocolate, I'm going to put it in the refrigerator, I'm going to break off 1/4 of the candy bar, and every time I read, I'm going to, as soon as I finish my lesson, finish my homework, I'm going to reward myself for that effort, for that work, with the chocolate. What happens, the brain says, I want chocolate. I love chocolate. And the mind starts saying, you can't eat the chocolate unless you work for it. And the brain's like, okay, let's get motivated. We want the chocolate. We want the chocolate. And what do? You turn that habit of loving chocolate into that habit of learning to read and learning to accomplish. So you discipline yourself. I can only have X amount of candy a day. Maybe it's one candy bar. As soon as you finish learning, finish reading, and doing your homework, making your dance, writing in your diary, man, I did great today. I'm going to reward myself. And your mind says, I love pleasure. I love Hershey's chocolate. And indulge. Whatever it is. Those little things, those little tricks will give you the habit of becoming a great reader, a great learner, a great motivator. It will change your life. One thing flows to the next. One thing flows to the next. It flows and flows and flows. So that's what you want to do. You want to take something that you love and use it as a reward and couple those two things together. Now you want to make a sign, put it on your bathroom mirror, put it in your car, put it in your wallet, and when you read the sign, you want to be painting a mental picture that you are brainwashing yourself to success. Remember, when you were 2 years old, your mom said, Jenny, walk, let go of the table. I don't want to, I don't want to. You think I should? Nah, might fall down. And you did it, and she's like, yay! And she's happy, and she's calling, hey, Jenny, walk today. Pretty soon, Jenny's into all the whatnots. Jenny, don't do that. Jenny, no. Jenny, no. Jenny, that's mommy's. Jenny, no. Jenny, no. Don't crawl on the coffee table. And for the next 17 and a half years, you heard the word no 18,000 times. Our parents didn't know. They were programming us to no. 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 One of the things I did when I was selling pots and pans, when I woke up and shaved, this is what I did. No. 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 When I was out selling, and the very first person who told me no, I would always tell them, it's all right. I've heard that all day long. And soon I wasn't afraid of the word no. Because I understood you had to get through the no's to get to the paydays. You got to get through, you have to convince your mind, I'm going to go through no's. You're not going to hurt me. You're not going to kill me to get to the yeses. It's all a game you play with your mind. And make the game as important as you can, and you'll learn faster. You can learn more money. You can become more efficient. You can be an expert on many subjects. You can have many more things in life. You can have real love. You can have a great relationship. You can have a great relationship with God. You can have it all. There's no limits to what you can do. I am that I am made me. So that means that I was made in His image. If He made me, it's up to me to enjoy life and do all I can. Praise Him, love Him, adore Him, live by His principles, and make my life better. So, I like to tell you at this point in the class, look into the mirror and say the following 7 times. I will live my life as an expression of happiness. Look in the mirror and say it a little harder. I will live my life as an expression of happiness. Get a little closer. I will live my life as an expression of happiness. Do you hear me? Get a little closer. I will live my life as an expression of my happiness. Do you hear me? I will live my life as an expression of happiness. Do you hear me? At the top of your lungs. I will live my life as an expression of happiness. Do you hear me? I am a winner. I do have what it takes. Don't get anything else out of this. Understand you're special. You can do what you want in life. This is the golden keys. This is what you prayed for your whole life. The knowledge, the skill, the step-by-step instructions of what to do. Take your notes tonight. Enjoy reading tonight. Focus on the words of the book. Read the lessons in the book. You'll say the lessons in the book are a little bit different than the lessons on the video. That's correct. Why? We want you to do both. We want you to see the video over and over, and we want you to read the lessons over and over. Because some of the lessons would take an hour and a half to do the video. The video is to motivate you with the techniques and the motivation. You feel the intensity. More information is in the book, so when you're reading it, you can fill in the blanks. The mind will catch up later. See the theme over and over, the mind will catch up later. The mind will catch up later. Your mind will catch up later. Your mind will take you where you want to go in life. Your mind will be your ability. Your mind will set you free. Your mind can focus on your happiness. Your mind, not anybody else. It's not up to anybody else. It's only up to you. Have a great night. Hope that you write me some notes, email me some, email me at the shop, or email me privately. We're going to change the world. We're starting by changing your world one person at a time. God bless. We'll see you tomorrow. We're coming down the home stretch. And all I got to tell you is I feel great. I feel fine. Golly Moses, I feel this way all the time. See you tomorrow.